In this video, we are going to learn about how to work with the date and time in Pandas. Pandas provide a built-in function with the name date_range, which allows us to convert these strings into a date format in Pandas. It accepts the following parameters, like it accepts the start date and end date, periods, frequency, and time zone. So let's jump into our Jupyter notebook to see all of this in action. Now here first we are providing start and end date. So the start date we have provided is 2nd January 2020 and the end date that we have provided it is 2nd January 2022. So as soon as I will run this program, now you can see that we have a list of all the dates between these ranges. So we have 2nd, 3rd January, 4th January in this way. Second is date range function with periods. So what does the period do? In case if you want the certain number of dates, then you can use the period. So for in this case, we are providing only 20. So starting from this 2nd January, we will be getting a 20 dates. So if I just run it, you can see that it is starting from 2nd of January and it goes all the way to 21st January. So in this way, we have 20 entries over here in the list. Next is date range with frequency. Frequency can be hour, day, month, year. Using frequency, you can add the intervals between the hours, day, month or year. For example, so here we have written pd.date_range and in the brackets we have provided the start date. Also we have provided a time because we are going to deal with the hour, and end date we have provided end date, and then the frequency. In frequency we have provided hour. Now the number of interval you want to add. Let's say I am going to add 4. So now when I will run it, you can see that the time has an interval of 4 hours. So right now it is starting with 10 hours, then it is 14, 18, 22 and so on. Similar thing will happen with the day. Now day will have an interval, but whatever interval we are going to define over here. So for example, I have provided 3D over here. That means 3 days gap will be there. Now the first day is 2nd January. Then we have jumped to 5th January directly. Then 8th, 11th and so on. Now let's talk about the month. We have provided 3 months over here. So right now we have January, then Feb and March has been skipped and April is there and so on. Last is the year. So since we have provided 2 years over here and the starting year is 2020 and it goes all the way to 2025. So let's run it. Now here you can see that we have 2020, then 2022 and then 2024. Since we have provided 2, that's why it is skipping 1 year. So there is no 2021 and no 2023. Last is time zone. So time zone is basically every country follows a certain type of date and time format which is implemented in the entire territory of that country. So based upon your time format, you can change the time format of this Pandas data frame. So here you can see that I am using pd.date_range. I have provided start date, end date, and then frequency is 3 days. That means it will be skipping 3 days. And then TZ equals to America_Barbados. Now you must be thinking, where did I get this information from? So I have provided this snippet over here. You can run this code on your Python interpreter and you will get the list of all the time zones. And in order to run it, you need to install this thing. A piece of advice, you can use it on a Google Colab and you don't need to install anything. It will be automatically done for you and you will be having a list of all the time zones. So here you can see that. Now let's run it. Now you can see time zone can be displayed over here. You can see it's -04 is to 00. Let's go ahead and change this. Let me pick up something randomly. Let's go with the Indian Komodo. Now you can see that time zone has been changed. Plus 03 has been is being displayed now. With this we have learned how to work with the date and time in Pandas. Next we are going to cover about how to create a visualizations in Pandas.